NyanCave! Hi, hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
The bestest prosecutor that ever was is going on trial.
Ooh.
What?
Like no one ever was.
He passed the bar so hard, he ended up in jail. Behind the bar.
No!
That's right.
Fantastic. But my goodness, it's been, has it been a weekend in between here?
No, it's only been like a day, right?
Feels like so
Just
long.
a day.
Just a day.
Yesterday felt like forever without being on stream. I slept most of it, but it still felt like forever. I had so many harumphs.
Harumph.
Yes. I was just harumphing around, man.
Well, I'm sure you're all as excited as we are to carry on with this. Because things are getting spicy.
So good.
Spicy.
He was so against us, but now he's so with us.
It's time to ride the toast.
It's time to write. Don't forget the sauce.
There you go. Never forget sauce.
Never forget sauce. That's what it is.
Ride the toast. Intelligence.
Oh my god, are we gonna show him the hairpiece?
And don't fear
Put this
me.
on. We're getting you out of here.
Don't fear me, thick me in a sweater vest.
Yeah, you caught that one, eh?
I caught some
I made that.
memes. You made that?
Yeah, we played Jackbox 8 yesterday, and
I'm
some
very
shit.
very excited to play that one day.
Yeah, I fear thick nanny and sweater vest.
I have a sweater vest. I'll wear it one
breaks
day.
the mom.
Wink.
It's just something I was hoping to ask your opinion about. That's all.
It is a serious crime for the defense to attempt to extract information from the prosecution by illegal means.
All right, I get the message. But I'm gonna remind you that you're not the prosecution this time. I don't see what's so illegal about me asking. You are the prosecutee.
Ah.
Thanks.
That was good. Prosecutee.
Is there? Oh, you know what? Just I don't think it'll get a reaction, but maybe it will.
Right.
It'll be fun. Oh, it
Oh yeah.
worked.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Ooh.
The guy literally said, "Hey, show this picture to Von Zeeks. I bet she's
Right.
gonna have a reaction."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did say that.
Lord Von Zeeks, we came by this old photograph.
Where did you get that?
Photograph store.
It was taken when I became a qualified prosecutor. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was long lost.
Is the man on the left there single?
Everyone in this photo is dead one way or another.
Oh. Ouch.
Two of them are
Ouchie,
dead on the outside, and one of them is dead on the inside.
Oh.
Yes, that is my brother, Clint.
The details of Gregson's photograph have been updated in the court record. It had to be, really. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in Gregson's office. He had a deep respect for you, you know? Were you aware of that?
Respect. That's nonsense.
No. We've heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less.
Well, maybe once, yes. There was a time things were like that. We were brothers in arms, jovially discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. That was a nice glimpse of the past. I thank you.
I feel as though I got a nice glimpse of the past then, too. There was a glimmer of light in his eyes, a brief twinkle. An insight into the true nature of this man known to all as the Stone Cold Reaper of the Bailey. Oh!
He's getting the chair.
Not the bottle!
Not the bottle!
Mr. Naruhodo.
Wow, we're fancy now.
We're not learned or Nipponese.
Ooh. Oh, that's the first time he's ever used my actual name.
I've lost all confidence in my country's justice system.
Oh.
I don't trust the police, the judiciary, or lawyers.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, there's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. Just gonna say it.
And what's that?
That which you see in the eyes of another across the courtroom. A simple determination to know the truth.
Lord Von Zeeks.
From the very first time we clashed at the Bailey almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though
Sparks.
I dearly wished I could.
Oh.
Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a lawyer.
Wow.
There are only two of them, and I've known with the same look in their eyes. My brother, Clint, and Genshin Asogi.
Oh. The man he idolized, and the man who betrayed his trust in the most hideous way.
When you showed me that photograph just now, it reminded me.
You mean this photograph?
Back then I was able to laugh. I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plague me now. I look to the future with hope. Since then, I've protected myself against the betrayal by refusing to trust anyone. But at times, the mire into which I have sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe.
I'm so sorry.
Do you want me to unplug that? I'll
If
unplug
you
it.
could.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, I want to believe in that look in your eyes. I need to believe in it. In tomorrow's trial, will you advocate for me?
Yes. 1,000 times yes. Of course I will. It would be an honor.
I melt! I die!
I'm so pleased, Mr. Naruhodo. That's basically what you just said.
Then my life is in your hands.
Well, that's lovely.
And Blue Right! Thank you for 17 months as freaking glory to NyanCave!
What?
That's crazy!
What you say?
I still don't know. Are those like the resubscribey thingies? Am I? Because I notice I've been doing fewer raffles. I'm gonna say yes. So let's give away some waffles.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it can only kind of happen. I don't know, but yeah, just go with it.
Just go with the flow.
Oh,
with
yeah,
it.
the OLED Switch looks really cool. I've been watching some reviews on it, and you know, it's not a new Switch, but it's pretty dang cool. That screen is beautiful. So if you're playing on the go, it's a nice, or even just around the house, I guess. It's comfy to play handheld sometimes.
In your bed, all cozy, up.
Yeah.
I'd wish that I had robot arms to hold it for me, though.
Yeah.
My arms get tired.
I tried to get like a clippy thing for my
Sorry.
phone.
Uh-huh.
It didn't work.
Between Jajato and Gina, crying, I feel the 3D modeling team has truly caught up to the sprite work in capturing character and emotion.
Yeah,
I like it.
really
Yeah,
good.
I feel that too. The sprites are so good.
Thanks, Elga.
Clay, he might have a reaction to this photograph. Me, oh boy, I hope he laughs. Van Zeeks doesn't laugh, you're not my fav character anymore.
The laughing was on the inside.
Yes.
Iron.
Here's to Nyan being savage even when sick.
Lady Lolo.
Especially when sick.
Especially when sick. All
Lady,
filters are
Lady
off
Lolo.
now.
Lady Lolo, thank you.
I like that name.
Happy
Lady Lolo.
20th anniversary to the Ace Attorney series.
Damn!
That's older
Nice.
than some people in chat.
Ooh.
Mr. 96.
Thanks.
Hi Clay, Tom, and Nyani.
Oh, hello.
Happy
Hi.
20th anniversary of the Ace Attorney series.
Thank you.
Thanks for streaming and showing so much love for the games.
Aw.
It's my this is my favorite game.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
My game of the year. This is my game of the year so far.
Oh, and thanks for all of you for being here too. Couldn't do it without you.
Couldn't.
So thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, for Lord Von Zeeks, that must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask, which is why I simply cannot let the man down. Tomorrow, in the Old Bailey, against my old friend, Kazuma.
So close.
This time we actually were so close.
We were very close this time, yeah.
This time, for real.
Sam H.
It's so weird to think that lawyers weren't real until about 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But now they can hurt you.
Yes, they are.
There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. Actually, no. It's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in the air.
There's a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose.
Yes, I think so. This reminds me one time, I was cooking in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and I was alone for a moment,
Yeah.
so I let rip a private fart.
Oh no!
private
A
fart.
private one.
Yeah, a
Yes.
private one. And then almost immediately after, someone came in,
Oh,
and they're
no.
like, "Oh wow, it's starting to smell good in here." I'm like, "Oh
no!
oh no!"
Yes, that is all. Please stop sniffing, or it might ruin your appetite.
I can smell the tension. Do you tell them? No.
You don't. You go, oh,
Yeah. Take
it's
another.
gonna be ready soon.
Yeah.
Not another deep whiff.
Yes, I think so. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant.
A little more courtesy, if you please.
Oh my! I do apologize.
However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from honorary.
What do you mean?
I'm not privy to the details. However, I understand that no jury has been selected.
What?
What? A trial without a jury?
Implausible.
Well, that's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago.
A closed court?
Good morning, my dear fellows.
Mr. Sholmes!
Have you made note of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo? An outright victory for science, you must agree.
I guess so. To be perfectly honest, so much happened yesterday that, well, I completely forgot about your little hair problem.
Ha! What to one man is a little hair problem, is to another a day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion. You have no idea how my stomach ails me this morning. The colors of my shits,
Oh, God.
like the rainbow, destroyed a toilet.
Oh dear. How awful for you.
I'm afraid...
No. I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes.
And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim.
I guess we're done with this conversation now.
And you. I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever.
Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow. Compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases, the Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you.
What an honor. And that would be...
Your eye for a good lawyer, sir.
Mr. Sholmes!
After all, behind this lawyer, there is a very great mind. My own.
What are you trying to say?
I wish only to say that you should prepare for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper.
Sorry to barge in. Oh. Oh, she has a badge now. Or she always have that and I just missed it.
Well, I think
Gina!
she's been promoted.
And
There
what's
was a spot that opened up
Oh.
unexpectedly.
Oh.
What's that on her arm? It's a mourning band, I suppose.
That makes more sense than what I said.
Father, shouldn't you at the symposium?
It's been postponed, so I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action. I shall be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year.
Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see.
Odo,
Yes, Gina?
why'd you agree to this, eh? Why'd you take him on? This, the Reaper bloke. Everyone says it was him who what killed the boss.
Now, Gina, let's remember, everyone also said that you killed that other guy. But that turned out to not be so true.
Right?
So maybe when everyone says something, it's not exactly correct. I'm sorry, Gina, but I just don't believe that.
What if it weren't him? Who was it?
I don't know that.
I don't care who calls him what. Reaper's just a name. He's just a person at the end of the day. If it turns out it was him who what killed the boss, help him. Then God help him.
Fiery eyes indeed. Yes, the culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing.
Eh?
At least, that may be some solace to the deceased.
Please, Odo. Get whoever did this. For the boss. Oh, Gina. I ain't feeling this useless. But there's nothing I can do. So you gotta find who done this and make the rich pay.
Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Please make your way to the courtroom at once, please.
You really know how to ruin the mood, don't you?
My wife says the same thing.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. Lord Van Zeeks.
Gina is so precious.
One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events. And whatever truth is revealed, we're going to have to look it straight in the eye.
There's so many in this trial. I'm thinking through so many, like, whodunits, you know?
I know. Who did do it?
Couldn't have been Genshin.
No.
Because they said that he did it, so obviously it wasn't. And then...
2 hours ago I took a ball to the face and broke my glasses.
Oh.
I thought I'd be fine for tonight, but I can't read the chat. Chat, I miss you.
Oh.
Traveling in, thank you.
Sorry about your glasses.
Can't read chat without your glasses.
I was gonna wear my glasses today, but then I forgot because I don't wear them ever. But I bet maybe that they protected your face from the ball a bit.
Yeah.
I took a baseball to the face once upon a time.
And then you
sucks.
never again.
Never again.
So I was playing catch with myself
Oh,
one
yeah?
time,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and I took a ball to the face as well.
Wow. At least no one's there to see it.
Yeah, that is true.
I miss the Toad Bailiffs.
No, they miss you too.
Mm.
They're back in the other games.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll
They're
come
back
back
in
eventually.
Japan.
one day.
Oh yeah.
Back in yes.
They're back in Japan.
Back in
A
Japan.
long line of proud bailiffs.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct the fair and just trial of the defendant, Brock von Zieks. Counsels for the defense and the prosecution, are you ready to begin?
The defense is ready, my lord.
The prosecution is more than ready.
Wow. Oh, he's got a one-up me, eh?
What
Wow.
a dick, you know?
Yeah.
Kazuma-sama.
Yeah, well, I was ready for you to be more than ready. Oh, no, I was more than ready for you being more than ready.
I was born ready.
Wow.
I was preparing in the womb. Well, you were preparing in your room.
Well, it's going to be really embarrassing when you lose anyway after wasting so much time.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many swords do you have?
Ah!
0.
Yeah.
I will cut you down.
Whatever. How many cute assistants you got? None.
Oh!
I was the cute assistant, and now I am the master.
Oh, Kazuma-sama.
I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long, it feels. But I never pictured it happening like this. Oh, I did. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench. I really thought I was going to be like, oh, there's our friend who's going to become a prosecutor when I first met him, and then he died. And I was like, oh, maybe not.
Me too.
But then here he is.
The so-called Reaper of the Bailey has been a scourge like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today, we must uncover the truth behind this scourge.
My cousin is playing through these games as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Over on Twitch, and she just was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm just in the tutorial of the first game.
Oh.
Ah, Asogi's so dreamy. I'm so
Yeah.
happy to see how this progresses." And I was like, "Am I gonna?"
Yeah,
no,
he's a
don't be
real
jealous.
cool character.
Yeah, real cool.
He's
Buy
my
all
favorite.
buy all the Asogi stocks.
Yes.
Invest heavily.
invest.
Buy.
In other words, this trial's going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder.
The truths revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions through the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial, with no members of the public present.
But wait, how will the summation examinations work?
Yeah.
By Her Majesty's direct orders.
Oh. Who are those then? In the back there? Who are those people?
Oh yeah.
Who are they?
Mannequins.
Oh.
What?
Yes.
How will that work, my lord?
The burden of arbitration and adjudication falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see,
Ooh.
the juror's bench shall remain vacant today.
If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord?
She said it.
Ooh.
She said it.
Well, thank goodness they addressed it. I thought they might just like sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
They are members of the judiciary, here to witness the proceedings and ensure an equitable trial.
Members of the judiciary.
Oh my. This is a very unusual trial already.
There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect to these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain.
I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in this courtroom now, I'm quite certain This is the reason why I had to come to Britain.
Kazuma.
Very well. Let us commence the proceedings. Prosecutor Asogi, your opening statement, if you please.
Certainly, my lord.
Whoa, wow.
Okay.
He
Long
literally
statement.
has to one up every single
Yeah.
person.
Wow.
You have one sword, I have two.
Yeah.
You have small scroll, I have the biggest
Yeah.
scroll you ever darn
Got a lot to
seen.
prove. A lot to prove.
Yeah, big
I
scroll
imagine
energy.
just pulls it like right from under. So like,
Oh yeah. I
extend.
The incident took place on the 1st of November, just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sorry, relevant.
Kazuma, while you were still learning how to spell your name, I was being trained to conquer courtrooms.
Wow. By pulling out
Nice.
long scroll.
Long scroll.
Long man.
Okay, listen. Ryan Asuke is wearing black, right?
Yep.
Kazuma
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wearing white.
Of course.
Yep.
And they are in front of a judge.
Yeah.
And by the end there is gonna be firework. Just saying, just saying.
Yeah,
Interesting.
probably.
Screaming anime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sparks will fly. Oh. It's just.
I hope you guys are doing well.
Hey.
I've been watching since the OG Persona 5 playthrough and
Oh,
I
wow.
just want to say
Ooh.
thank you for the content.
Damn! You got snailed. Thank you.
You
Yo.
got
That was
snailed.
a surprisingly long time ago.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly long time.
Glad you stuck around.
And let's
It's
also
a wedding.
say
Oh.
thanks to Monosqueven Anime for 3 months. Bring the
Yeah.
popcorn. Get your popcorn, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone in the gallery has their popcorn.
Where's yours?
And that guy, thanks for being a golden waffle for 14 months.
Thank you.
Are there fireworks at weddings?
Sometimes.
What? Going to cheap weddings. Ugh.
The location of the building of flats on Fresno Street on the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property.
Yes, Inspector Tobias Gregson, a name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimiest cases 10 years ago.
The professor case.
How sure are you about the time of the incident?
Several witnesses on the street outside heard the gunshot, and all have reported at the same time.
Yes, that's what Gina told us too. There were a number of witnesses.
I have here a plan of the room. The victim was found curled up in the corner. It's believed that he was shot from the front at point-blank range and died instantly.
How has the range been determined?
There were scorch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave the scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happens when the target is at point-blank range.
I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, Counsel.
I still don't believe he's dead. I feel like this is a farce.
Please. Keep that. We haven't seen the body.
We haven't seen the body, and that's what makes me like
Off-screen death.
off-screen deaths. I don't believe until like we have a funeral or something.
Oh.
And even then, I'm kind of iffy.
Oh,
Wow.
no. I don't see it until the credits roll in the final episode of the season.
Oh, I know.
That's it.
Anybody can come back.
I don't trust anything since the Qui-Gon reappearance in episode 7.
Ugh.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I mean, they burned him right there.
I know.
We watched it happen.
The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim.
And have you managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm?
No, my lord. Not conclusively.
Bravo, Kazuma-sama. For not trying to use the gun as evidence when its providence can't be proven.
Woo!
Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at an extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him.
Damn. So are they kind of trying to say that it was like one of those moments where it's like, are you happy to see me, or is that a gun in your pants?
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like, it's a gun.
I was hoping
and
it was
then it
the
went like
third.
up. Because ouch.
That's what
Because
they're saying.
ouch.
Is that a revolver in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me?
Oh Jesus! It's really.
It's a revolver.
There's a candelabra mounted on the wall. And the tip of one of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile.
We noticed that too, didn't we?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you for the thorough report, Counsel. The setting of this crime is clear to me. You will submit the plan of the crime scene as evidence, please.
As you wish, my lord.
Is this Fresno Street room Inspector Gregson's private abode?
No, my lord. The room is rented to a Mr. Huge Bone.
He
Sorry,
said it.
Huboon. But there is precious little precious little furniture inside, and it is generally in a poor state of repair.
So what on earth was Gregson even doing there?
Presumably he was investigating some case or other.
When a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside, holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot.
So, the details of the case are clear.
Yes, one of them must be an archaeologist because we have a huge bone to examine. In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness.
I really hope it's Hugh Boone. Please be Hugh Boone.
A name, please, Counsel.
Naturally, the accused himself.
Oh!
Right away.
Lord Von Zeeks!
As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of his office he's taken and will be compelled to tell the truth.
Very well.
Okay.
Let the defendant take the witness stand.
Oh,
Must be weird. Hey, so witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
Barack Von Zeeks, Old Bailey prosecutor.
I presume, Lord Von Zeeks, that you heard the prosecutor Asogi's opening precis. Precis, I think it is. Let me check my notes. Something like that, yeah.
I did.
It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime, and that you were arrested by arriving police officer. Can you confirm this?
Yes, my lord.
Then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno Street at the time in question, and what exactly took place.
I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth.
I must say, Lord Von Zeeks, I never imagined this day would come. Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. Your formal testimony then, witness.
I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address.
Oh. Oh.
When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked up the firearm to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream.
Yeah!
It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
That testimony was the whole truth?
It was.
So, you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupants. And moments later, a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse.
I thought you were my mute apprentice. Yet it turns out you have a way with words. Prosecutor Rasoge.
It would appear to be a singular tale indeed.
Singular isn't the word. It's laughable.
What's got into Kazuma? He's not behaving like himself at all.
Very well then. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination.
But yes, my lord.
I wonder if we're gonna bring up the point that the shot candle is much taller than the other candles.
I think you're right. I think we will. It'll be like, oh, well, the candle burns this quick, so
Time of death was
time
actually.
of death was actually.
I say.
Wait, you were waiting for a trivia? Cold face. Okay, here is one. What is strong as iron but scare of the sun?
Me.
What is?
What's as strong as iron but is scared of the sun?
Superman? No.
Hold it!
Me.
You were investigating the inspector? What on earth for?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, man. Sorry?
I identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in a case I was investigating.
Vampire.
Regrettably, though, he was killed before I could secure the proof I needed.
Is the court to understand then that on the day in question, you followed the victim to the scene?
No, I was privy to his movements in advance.
How? I'm not at liberty to say.
I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, his diary is probably so sweet.
Yeah.
He was probably talking about how much he loves Gina and how grateful he is. Oh.
The address on Fresno Street was noted at 5 p.m. entry.
You illegally entered the man's office? In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense.
As it does in Great Britain, I assure you. Is that not the case, Lord Von Zeeks?
I was aware of the possible consequences.
So, in summary, you were investigating the victim, and yet you refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoyed such freedoms to choose what to divulge under oath.
Oh. Why did I ever think I could defend this man?
Instant regret.
I entered the room. It was dark. Darkness.
Hold it!
Had you ever been to the address before?
No, never. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activities. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to make out anything.
So, in a way, this kind of mirrors the very first case of the very first game that we were
Yes, because
Yeah.
you just picked up the gun, like,
because
oh,
there
what's
were,
this about?
multiple witnesses.
Yeah.
We did the thing.
Yeah.
A bang.
If there's a
body,
baby involved in this case,
Oh.
it's exact same.
some gold coins. Yeah,
I
right?
gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But at 5 p.m., the sun would have only just gone down. It would have still been reasonably light outside.
The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside, so it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor.
There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure?
I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark.
Very dark.
I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. There's a small desk lamp in the room just there. Yes, I remember. And there was an oil lamp on it, as well as a framed photograph.
When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate.
And what did you find?
Nothing. I never actually reached the desk.
Huh.
A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver.
So, who fired the gun?
Who did it?
I have no idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room.
But you say it was very dark in there.
Yes, that's right. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another presence.
Then could it be that the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room?
No, that's out of the question.
Oh,
Oh.
Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder.
this is going from bad to worse.
And you say that's the point at which you notice the revolver on the floor.
Correct. But I foolishly picked it up. That was a carelessness on my part.
Naruhodo.
Relatable.
Been there.
Yeah.
Presumably, then, the gunshots you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands.
In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not.
What?
The barrel of the barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder.
But then, where on earth is the gun that was fired?
Whilst I would like to oblige you with an answer, I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know that. I picked it up and examined it.
Hold it! A man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume.
That's right. One of the street merchants, the street merchants working on Fresno Street.
Who are these merchants?
A number of them have set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all given statements saying that they heard the gunshot. And without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened.
Yes. Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she?
They burst through the door with some force, it would seem.
They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process.
I bet he shrieks like really high pitched.
Just
Like Ned Flanders?
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be the Reaper.
Aw, Snapchat died.
The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled.
A policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred.
Anyway, the man's scream drew my attention in that direction.
So I pointed the gun at him and said, I'll shoot you too. Strange reflex. Sorry.
And then I saw it.
Hold it! What do you mean by that? In what way did the body appear?
I honestly can't explain it, but it's the truth. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point. And then suddenly, there it was.
Did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand?
At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and the scream of the man who first came inside. Nothing more.
I see.
After the man fled, I examined the body. I was stunned to find that it was Gregson.
Most curious circumstances indeed.
How the inspector was killed, or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere. I have no idea.
Objection!
Oh, hi.
Objection!
Hello. Wow. Oh, Jesus.
Surely the court has heard enough.
Oh,
My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Barack von Zeeks, is lying on multiple fronts.
first of all, music.
Wow.
You don't have any evidence. What is that supposed to mean?
Good gracious, counsel. Do you hear that? It's majestic. The defendant is lying, you say?
In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark.
That is correct.
No,
Ooh.
that's impossible.
Wow, that's cool.
As proven by this candelabrum.
How does that prove anything?
If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it has been blown off by a powerful impact.
So one would assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle.
The problem comes when you consider the other two candles, which are clearly of a different length.
Yes, I see that only the candle that appears to have been struck by the bullet is long.
We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all three candles together. Which begs the question of why only one has ended up longer than the others.
That must be because that particular candle was extinguished when all the others were still burning.
That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out. But the other two candles would still have been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. And the accused's claim that he couldn't see the body clearly contradicts those facts. And now, to the next lie.
There's more?
The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before.
That's the truth.
In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board covered from top to bottom in police documents and newspaper clippings.
Yes, that's right. We saw it too.
It goes without saying that the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they included a number of reports from various historical cases. The oldest of which was from 10 years ago.
10 years ago. This is starting to sound familiar.
And there's a common thread linking all of the documents on the board.
Indeed. What is this common thread, counsel?
They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Barack von Zeeks.
Oh, that smug face he just had.
All of them?
And furthermore, all those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted.
Good Lord!
Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today. Because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper.
Oh no!
In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations.
The Reaper's hideout?
And yet the Reaper would claim never to have been to his own secret hideout? No one would believe that. No. The truth is, we've been looking at this backwards.
Yeah. Of course, Batman visits the Bat Cave. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called the Bat Cave. You know, it would just be the cave of technological wonders.
Who built it? Alfred. It's the Alfred Cave
Yeah.
now.
And obviously, he posts pictures of all of his achievements on the wall, like the sick fuck that he is.
Aww. Like a proud papa.
Backwards. Explain, Counsel.
Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper when he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout. He was killed, as I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand.
What? What?
Order! Order! Very well. I hereby state the current opinion of the court.
Oh, wait, is he gonna do the tilting as well?
Oh, maybe.
Hey,
Van
perfect
Zeeks
time for
gets in
judge.
trouble for picking up a gun at a crime scene Naruhodo, remembering his first case. We're not so different, you and I.
Ah,
We're
that's
not
good.
so different, you and I.
Thanks, Cyber.
The new song is Kazuma's prosecutor theme. It's a mix of his original theme song. The music sounds a bit threatening, which is scary since he's our best friend.
Yeah.
Friends off right now.
Scary in a way that makes me go kind of like, ooh, you know?
Aroused.
Aroused.
Traveling
madness.
Thanks for being a golden waffle.
One of us. Thank you.
One of us.
Last one.
Hey, music good.
Angry.
Angry!
Music good.
Music good. I hope
Music good.
sports went good for you the other day.
Thanks, Angry.
Thank you.
Brock Von Zeeks is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Sogi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with the known facts. All I have done is state the truth as I know it.
Oh. Kazuma's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build up his prosecution case, and it's formidable.
Counsel, you will submit the board that you just showed the court as evidence. I believe it to be fundamental to establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence.
Thank you, my lord.
The notice board.
We haven't proven he's a Reaper yet, guys.
And now the prosecution would like to call a new witness to the stand.
What?
Witnesses who saw the events unfold on the day in question.
They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember.
Yes, the street sellers who heard the gunshot and went running into the room.
Very well. Lead the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand. Certainly, my lord.
So gracious.
Whoa!
What?
Ah, Beppo! It's Beppo! It's Beppo!
I love Beppo.
He came back!
So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Oh no.
Well, there's one for each of us.
I guess
Uh-huh.
so. Tom's Beppo.
Tom's Beppo.
I'm Beppo.
Beppo.
I love Beppo. Reagan.
Reckon. We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us.
We're just free and easy. Sell what we like, live where we want to live.
That's not going to be there forever.
Why am I Beppo? Is there a particular voice we're going for here?
Apparently Beppo's Italian. Everyone's like, Beppo's Italian!
I give him a vacant stare as I walk about down the street. Now I spin a few words to make into a verse for him.
Would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling your wares on the street?
As anyone calls me gossip, I sell jaunty little tidbits to passerbys, you know. Jaunty little tidbits. Tidbits?
Titbits.
Tidbits.
Just bits of tits.
Bits o' tits.
Sounds menacing until you realize he's just a
Titbits.
chicken seller.
I saw someone selling titbits at a anime convention one time.
Oh, wow.
Will draw boobs for money. What's the sign? Titbits, if you will.
Titbits.
Yeah.
Titbits is my new favorite cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Tim Hortons is opening a new Hooters competitor.
Oh,
And they serve titbits.
Titbits. They're just like Timbits, but they got a little bit of an extra little bump onto me.
Got a little
for-
chocolate chip on top.
Yeah.
Non-Canadians, we call
Donut
donut
holes.
holes Timbits.
Timbits.
You know
So
how
they're-
betrayed I was to find out
I
that
know.
donut holes are not made when the donut
I
hole is
know.
cut?
I
They're
know.
just their own thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So why do you call them that, you liars? Liars.
Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your guinnel it is. 6p is the price and not a penny less.
Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now. Also, sorry, I also just realized I was thinking really hard on this.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Beppo,
Right.
where was he? I give a vacant stare as they walk down Fresno and spin a few words into a verse for them. He's selling his goddamn mixtape.
Oh, shit. He is.
Yeah, Beppo's selling mixtapes on the street. Damn. That's awesome.
Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
Try the man.
Give him money and see what he says.
Pay the man, counsel.
All right. 6p it is. Jeez.
None the richer.
Oh, whoa. His neck.
Hey, don't
Wow.
judge, man. Don't yuck someone's yum.
No, I just, ouch. Looks bruised.
Oh, you won't regret it, sir. Now I got your listening ears on. Just between us, a young couple on Slight Street have just had twins.
Oh, my God.
Twins.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? It wants to spread, but that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. I've got more, you know. You want a juicy one? 6p a piece it is, if you're curious.
Oh my god.
I am curious, yes, about what's going on under that fat bottom lip of yours. Namely, that unusual bruise or whatever it is that's poking out from under your collar.
What about the next witness then? What name do you go by and what do you sell?
Me? I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit?
Oh!
I sell these lovely little fireworks at the local school
Oh
to
my
the
God.
local school kids.
You are part of the problem.
Yeah. Yes, but also
Oh!
oh, red hot.
6p a pop, what you say?
Wait for it. Wait
Ah.
for it.
Hmm?
I've always wanted to learn how to strike a match on my ass. You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell?
Oh yeah, the second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them that if they get at 100, they could blow up the whole school.
Not the most savory of ideas, young lady.
What'd you say then, eh? Want to part with this 6p for a pop?
Literal pop. Wait, what? You want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you could blow up the whole courtroom.
Try the woman.
Give her the money and see if she's right.
Pay the woman, counsel.
Oh my god. All right, I'll buy one.
Lovely stuff. Right then, this is something a bit extra just for you. The Venus special, only 600p.
Whoa!
Oh, it's big.
600?
It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing a little about that, is there?
And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey. Either.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
I knew that these would be added. My.
What sort of bang could it make?
And the last witness. What name do you go by and what do you sell?
I'm a thinker, me. And also Irish now.
Apparently, he's an immigrant from Italy.
Italy.
Oh.
So he doesn't necessarily have to have an Italian accent. You can do whatever you like for this man.
Think all sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. Because I stand there on the street, watching the world go by about me. They call me the observers.
Get out of it, old man! Everyone calls you Sandwich and you know it!
So, you don't actually sell
I
anything?
love sandwich.
Sandwich.
Everyone wants a sandwich.
Problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. I give advice and think what it means.
Hot!
I don't actually sell anything now, come to think of it.
Hot actual hero?
Is that a new isekai that
Yeah.
they're showing this season?
I guess so.
Hot actual hero.
Yeah. Died.
Beautiful stuff.
Reincarnated as a hot actual hero.
Yeah, burned to death.
Oh,
Flaming truck hit him.
Nice.
Comes back as a real hot actual hero in another world.
Wow. Wow.
Pity.
No more purchases today, please.
Well, we've had quite a cast here, it seems.
They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord. And always the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene.
Oh, I see, and thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose.
Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime.
Well, I'll be buggered, I thought. Just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw.
What I think is, if all what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real?
I think this is not the time or place for your existentialism. Sandwich.
I love how the name Sandwich stuck. It's just fucking
Sandwich now. You're sandwich now.
Okay.
Watch that be pivotal to the case.
I hope so.
They call me the observator. No, you're sandwich.
I can't wait to find out why they call him Sandwich.
He has to do something for money.
Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard on the time of the incident.
He's the rickety cricket of this game.
Also, sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I was out
Unforgivable.
celebrating cause we won. Holy shit, I
Oh.
can't believe it.
Hey!
Vegas has us as the Super Bowl favorites.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations, sports balls.
By Vegas I mean the betting markets BTW, if that wasn't clear. Holy hell, I can't believe this is my life.
Hey.
Starstruck.
Oh, I know.
Angry. I don't understand, but I'm glad for you.
Yes.
Sports. Sports.
Sandwich, I am the observator. I am your guide through these vast new realities.
Light and shadow.
Follow me and ponder the question. What if?
And
What is?
Noel!
Why?
Is that the intro to What If? I haven't watched any What If. I'm also not very caught up in the Marvelverse.
Ooh.
Is it apparently like a 5-hour cut? 50-hour cut? I don't know. A long cut of the movies.
We saw the whole thing start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went into the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside. That's all we heard, a big bang.
Seems to me that the quick to talk is a quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened.
I ran the room and there it was. The Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the body.
I was scared off to death, me, so I ran off to find a copper.
If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building?
Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Barack Von Zeeks.
Oh, I seen pictures of the Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folk love a story like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already. But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it.
All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Of course they are. They're small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
The room in which the inspector was found in is the only property in the building that's currently leased.
Why would you be selling outside of a vacant building then?
And we know that the leaseholder's names, don't we? It's Cuboon.
The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime. No!
Thank you for your candor, my lord.
Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses.
Yes, my lord. In a closed court like this, without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony, somehow.
We must somehow make sense of this convoluted situation.
Hold it! When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Von Zeeks?
I suppose so. Like so us, I don't know the names of the high and mighty. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't know why. It was the old Reaper that went in last. That's for sure and certain.
Just behind Inspector Gregson? Did they arrive at the same time as each other?
No. Not like that at all. The first fellow must have gone inside and got a good 15 minutes before we heard the gunshot.
The victim arrived 15 minutes before? Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Oh my god, John Cena.
Am I sure? Am I sure? Am I sure? Does it seem likely that I've forgotten a fella with bright red hair like that, does it?
Yeah, his hair is really well red, weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even.
Really?
The fiery red mop still burnt in the inside of my eyelids, it is.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead?
Of course.
Oh, weren't you listening, chum? Hi. He was a redhead. And one with a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red, not by any stretch of the imagination.
A big trunk.
It seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party.
No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct.
What?
Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene.
Is this our first time seeing the photographic evidence?
Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, all right.
And a red hairpiece. Of course! We saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that?
The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please, counsel.
One time we had a friend from somewhere else, I don't know where she was from, but she called like hair clips hairpieces, and she had a really thick accent. So she's like, oh, can you hand me my hairpiece? And we're like, your herpes? She's my hairpiece! We're like, why do you want herpes? It was a moment we all shared.
And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying?
I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene.
So it just disappeared.
Whoa, you expect us to be watching the building every second, do you?
We definitely saw him at the dock going in, though. No question about that.
Then you couldn't,
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
By which presumably you mean the gunshot.
I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you say you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building?
That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang! It went just like that.
Oh, he's the Reaper, isn't he? It's what the French call the fer compagnie.
Can you say that one more time, please? Oh, wow. I didn't know you were so fluent in French.
When the Reaper's around, people go underground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it?
When the Reaper's around, people go underground.
Yo.
I think we get the message.
The Reaper couldn't allow the inspector to live after he discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime.
Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive.
Great.
And at that point, you ran inside. Is that correct?
Seems to me the quick to talk is quick to walk, and gossip could.
Oh, I forgot to. So, when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too?
Well, me, I'm a bit hampered. See, all the signs are that I can't move very well. Oh,
Excuse me. Well, Miss Venus, what do you say?
I say that'll be 600 pennies.
Sorry?
That's my banter on the street whenever anyone comes along.
I love this.
They.
Well, this isn't Fresno Street.
Miser.
Hold it! Excuse me.
Mr. Gossip, do you have something to say?
All I do as it happens, your timing's perfect. I just got wind of a juicy tale that'll be right up your snicket. You don't want to let this one slip by, I tell you. And 6 is all I ask.
Maybe try Prosecutor Asogi instead.
I don't want your gossip, Rinosuke Naruhodo.
Damn. Oh.
Hold it!
We'll go through this and we'll get a different one.
a bit hampered. See, all the signs are that I can't move very well.
You were way behind, presumably. But that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand.
What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible that you and I have met before?
I am not anybody, me. That signs what make me who I am. I signed, therefore I am.
So you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago, then?
No.
I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot.
Turn down, King Henry, and my Black Widower's arms is just there.
Oh dear. You've made him hide behind his sign.
Life is full of surprises. Random, there he was, the Reaper. So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene. Is that right?
Excuse me.
Mr. Sandwich! Do you perhaps have something to fill us up with?
A wise philosopher once said that people are nothing more than mindless signposts.
Sorry?
Which means the signposts are nothing more than mindless people if you think about it.
Whoa, what? Whoa. Oh,
What?
whoa.
Somebody stop him.
Incredible. Innovative.
Perhaps mind less about philosophy and mind more about the proceedings? Oh, oopsie daisy.
Hold it!
Hold it!
That I was! Kicked the door open like a professional, I did, and I yelled out, "What's going on here?"
What's going on?
Lord Von Zeeks claims that all he heard was a man scream, though.
And was it dark inside the room?
No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall.
Really?
And there was a fellow collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside.
Ah, I see. Even though Lord Von Zeeks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall.
Next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
The accused, Barack Von Zeeks.
Oh, that's right. Pale-faced Reaper himself. Well, I was a little shocked, I won't deny it. But I'm no little liver coward. I stood my ground and gave the Reaper a cold, hard stare myself.
Oh, Beppo's gonna tell truths. Beppo's gonna, Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Get him, Sandwich!
Excuse me.
Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? God, I want a Monopoly Care piece to be Mr. Sandwich.
Mr. Sandwich.
Yeah.
A sandwich in the top hat.
Yes, absolutely.
Really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am. Just 2 slices with no middle.
You almost became a sandwich.
So I don't know what you could want with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is, we're all nothings, really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers.
That's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich.
And he saw the Reaper. He fell clean over his backside.
Fucking get him, Sandwich! Get him!
With the shine.
That's it?
Oh, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret.
Oh, he screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all fours. That's all I wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is this true?
Floor was dead slippery, that's why. Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, I did, didn't I? Yuck!
What? A pool of blood?
Well, listen here. Even when I was sprawled on the floor, I kept giving that Reaper a cold, hard stare. And don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand?
I did. Yeah, it happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? I was so scared I slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we?
No! Mr. Gossip, I'm going to have to ask you to add that to your information to your formal testimony.
If I must. Okay. The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once. Damn it. It's contagious.
Did you have any like hot gossip in your high school when you were in high school? Like a hot gossip that like was like, oh my god, gossip.
Oh my god, I heard that Clay one time always changed in the school hallways.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it because he was ripped and he wanted to show off?
Didn't go to the locker room.
Wow.
That's what some people say, but he's so not.
He so didn't?
So didn't.
Where did he change then?
In the hallway.
Oh.
Obviously. Yeah.
And all the girls were like, oh my god, those abs. And then he turned around, they're like, oh my god.
Actually, it's my pecs.
Lower
they go all the way down.
They go all the way down. And one time I heard Regina George. Hit by a bus. I slipped over blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it on the floor. You wiped your hand on the floor?
Well, who wants blood on his hand, eh? Horrible stuff. And they might have thought I'd done it. No time.
And you didn't think that might be a problem?
Does it really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor? They'll get it cleaned up in the end, won't they? Don't make such a fuss. That's the message from all of us. Is something wrong, Counsel?
No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about a bloody handprint on the floor. That's all.
That's what I was thinking.
Freaking bloody handprints.
Yeah.
Don't come at me with all that. You can't intimidate me. I know what I did. I wiped it off on the floor, the blood, with my butt.
I wonder, could that be what happened?
Mr. Naruto?
I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just uncovered a vital clue.
The wig wasn't red.
The wig wasn't red.
I don't know.
I mean,
I was scared off to death, me, so I ran off to find a copper.
far-fetched, but maybe. So you didn't run into the room with your friends?
I don't have any friends.
Oh,
I'm not that sort of girl.
sorry?
I'm a timid little thing, me. Oh, I was too scared to go in there. Oh, it's so scary.
Oh, right. I see.
Oh, Lippy and the witch ran in there. Oh, Lippy and the witch
Lippy and
Tuesdays on NBC.
Yeah.
ran in there, and then I heard a sort of old lady scream.
Well, it wasn't me, I swear. If I were a gentleman, I'd stake my honor on it.
I wondered, what on earth is going on?
Which is when you went to find a policeman.
And I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner, so I brought him straight back to the place. Didn't I do well, eh?
Just between us, that copper's eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the Reaper.
I've never felt so uncomfortable in my life.
Rocky has a great little thing. Lippy the witch and the audacity of this bit. So good.
That's good.
And the defendant was arrested on the spot, I believe.
Considering the catalog of killings the Reaper has carried out, it was a particularly inauspicious end.
Don't know that.
Hey, Alice. 76767. Nice.
Alice!
If I can't find any holes in this testimony,
I'm afraid the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Mr. Naruto.
the truth is, though, their combined testimony is fairly damning.
Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problems with their statements, do there?
Still, if Lord Von Zeeks really is innocent, then I'm almost certain that we'll find something in there that doesn't quite add up.
You don't think
I
that
don't
one of
think-
these three could be the true culprit, do you?
I don't know. But what I do know is that there's more to this case that has yet to be brought to light. Well, let's look at the stuff that we got.
Can we look at the picture of the three of them? There we go. That's what. Oh. I wanted.
Oh,
Have we done this with them already?
Yeah,
No.
Oh shit.
I think so.
I don't remember doing it. No. It just
They're too small. The pictures are too small.
Picture too small.
Well, let's start looking at stuff, I guess.
Right back.
Victim was
range.
shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in an instant death. Scorch marks at the point of entry. The bullet exited the body from behind. The caliber of the gun used matches that of the standard issue firearms for the members of the judiciary. You mean the people who are currently in the gallery right now?
Maybe. Oh, shoot. BK Lily didn't play.
Conversion messed up your donation! Ryunosuke, Your Honor, may I stand facing the wall so the prosecutor's huge pecs don't distract me? Judge.
Denied.
Denied.
There are details for a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there?
This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look.
Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here.
Oh, it's the same Red-Headed League advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out.
And do you remember? The 21st night of September.
Ooh.
There was a red hairpiece at the scene, too.
Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the Red-Headed League then? Old sulky.
Good old Soki.
Oh, what's this? Uwu? Look, Mr. Naruto!
Oh yes, it's a smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint.
And the color. That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear. How disturbing.
Updated. There's a bloody handprint on the backside. Ouch.
Do you think it was set up in a scenario where they opened the door, and when they opened the door, it flipped up the thingy?
Maybe.
No, because then Von Ziegs would have opened the door and it would have flipped up the thingy.
Well, because he said he didn't see the body.
I know, which
Yeah,
makes
so
me
there's
think
some
it was,
sort of mechanism here.
there's a mechanism
For sure.
for sure.
It's like the Bat Cave, you
It's
know?
like the Bat Cave,
you
you
open
know?
it, it's vacant unless you do the special thing, and then it becomes the Bat Cave.
The special bat dance.
Yeah, Bat Dance, of course.
Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruto? You're staring at the end of this string of fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like.
Shall we find out?
What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom. All right. That was a fairly sizable bang.
My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruto. It almost sounded exactly like...
A gunshot. A what?
I kind of thought one of the witnesses would have been the magician from the previous case.
Oh.
He was gonna be like, I did not do anything with the body. So while you were away, we found a blood print on the back of the signboard.
Back at the board.
Oh, that explains that. So then that would have been on
The ground.
And also, we found out that
Oh,
fireworks
crap.
sound like guns.
Fireworks
Yep.
do sound like guns.
Gobble, motherfuckers.
Mm.
Oh.
You ever hear a car backfiring?
Hmm.
That sounds like a gunshot.
Objection!
Go for it.
I was gonna say fireworks do sound like guns.
Yeah.
I was out and about on the town,
Ooh.
and some kids thought they were so funny. You thought you were so funny, kids? You weren't. You scared us. They threw a pretty good firecracker in our general direction, and it exploded. But this was actually in New York, and I thought it was
Oh.
like a shootout happening. I'm like,
Wow.
oh no! And then it was fine, and everyone went home.
Kids pretending to make firearms happening,
Yeah.
sparking wars between different peoples. Children.
So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that?
Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Doesn't really matter.
Objection! Oh, objection! The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigation. Zzz. What exactly is the defense asserting?
If you listen, you'll find out, Prosecutor Asogi.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God! First clap back.
Certainly, there is no bloody handprint found on the floor.
What are you trying to say?
There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board.
Oh! Oh, yes, indeed. Indisputably a handprint in the distinctive color of blood. Aye, you're dead right. That's my right hand. I'd know it anywhere.
Yeah, you would.
Hot actual hero. Oh,
Objection! The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection!
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there.
Just look at the floor plan of the room. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim, and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor at the time. It would have been a considerable distance from the body.
Right by the door.
I fell over when I came across the body. So I was basically right next to the corpse, not the other side of the room.
In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory.
Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason.
Well, I take it you formulated a proper hypothesis, counsel. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene.
I have, my lord. This discrepancy between the witness's account and the location of the handprint is explained by
The board moving!
It also may be false testimony, but let's go with the board moving. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down.
Good gracious, so it is. If the witness had put his hand against the board, the finger should be pointing upwards.
What does this tell us?
It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested, which means that after the incident, it must have been moved.
What?
Oh! Objection!
I like how gossip and they're standing the same, kind of.
I missed it.
What are you feeling?
That's why he didn't see nothing.
Yeah. It was hidden from his viewpoints.
You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting? Then tell the court who.
I don't know that yet, but the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point.
And that would be?
The position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord.
So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court.
Ah.
At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board to be situated?
I assume, like, right
I would
here.
say close to the door. Because when they kicked the door open, my
It
guess is that
knocked
it
over.
knocked over. Or somewhere near the corpse would be right too, I think. One of the other.
Take that!
This is the only possible location.
Immediately adjacent to the doorway.
If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark, and he couldn't see the body. Well, by heck! If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view, and the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker.
Objection!
Oh, hi, hello.
But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him.
That's true. Or, in his precise words,
Just as I picked up the firearm to examine it, the door flew open as I heard a man scream.
Nice.
It was only then that the body of the Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
I don't know about calling it a scream, but I heard he was talking about me, and make no mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door open!
If you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door of the room were to be thrown open with force. Bonk.
That can't.
The door struck the notice board, knocking it over, and making the victim's body visible.
Good gracious!
My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw.
Ugh!
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Butts out.
Butts out.
Order! Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now?
After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it. Boop. Into a position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. You know, where we saw it, whatever. You know what I mean.
But wouldn't the board falling over create a gust of wind which would blow out the candles?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Witness,
What do you have to say for yourself?
What? Me, my lord?
Good night, Catherine.
Good night.
Bon nuit.
You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board.
Witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you saw or did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Hey, stop looking at me with the glasses at me. I'll get the message. Oh my god.
Nor.
Nor, oh nor.
I don't know. It's hard to whisper and do anything. It
Cleo.
just comes out like that.
Like what?
Like this. Like this. What's so fucking funny? I have a secret to tell you. I have a secret to tell you. You're an asshole.
I didn't know anything. There's a notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. That's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
Second year.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander. Me? Just a sign sandwich.
The crossroads of life. Sorry.
Oh, no. At the crossroads of life.
It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway, but the detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
Bum, 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 bum,
He's
bum,
dead.
So none of you can elaborate further.
Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles on and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a most precise account on what happened.
That's right, yeah. Don't pay me much to expect too much, don't pay me much.
It's a man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think.
Do you? Really?
Yes.
In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference.
Do me.
When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. The only person at the scene.
A little cronky there.
In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Barak von Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that's simple facts.
Quite so. Quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances?
Most certainly, my lord.
Ooh.
Very well. Then you may proceed, counsel. Oh yeah. It's all coming together.
I don't know anything about that. The notice board. I just wiped my hand on it. That's all.
You're as twisted as your body.
Oh. So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on?
Admit it. What's to admit? It's clean as day for all to see. A smashing print of my right hand.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No. Imagine the weight of that great lump. Do I look like a powerful and well-nurtured man?
Well, did you see anybody else moving the board?
I've got nerves of steel, I can tell you. But even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was a precious little light inside either. My bottom lip was all a quiver.
In other words, this witness is unable to give definitive testimony on the point.
So it would seem.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the Prairie School just around the corner, you see. Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow up their school to Kingdom Come.
Ha ha ha. Is it by flushing them down the toilet?
So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have. Playing both sides.
Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know that the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids come back to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
Of course. And sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy life selling explosives.
Venus is a guileful goddess indeed.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
I love how freaking
Beppo is
Sandwich has just something to say about everything.
Yeah, Sandwich knows the truth.
Excuse me.
Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it?
No. No.
No.
Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts.
Huh?
Let's say there was a great liar,
Hypothetically speaking.
and that great liar said, without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it.
Hypothetically speaking.
Would those words of hers be a lie too, or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you?
Please don't blow me up.
What you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that.
Uh-oh.
And I'll wrap your whole body in fireworks and set him off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
No good reason I read that as butthole.
You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Oh, blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshots seem to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him, too. That's right! The rotten liar over there!
Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes. You mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief!
Well, now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember climbing those stairs to the room, yeah?
Either you clearly remember it, or don't.
Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurous act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord, of course.
Oh my god, did she do it?
I don't know,
Maybe
Sorry.
The carriage from case 1 to 3 in this firecracker are the most egregious question marks of the game. Judge be like, what the hell you doing?
What you doing? Thanks,
Oh,
Abigail.
Gail, thank you.
This sentence is a lie.
Wait.
What?
What?
Oh no, that breaks the AI. No!
No.
Ah.
Hold it! Thanks, Cyber Saiyan.
Thank you. You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I'll take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
All right. But you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, all right, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know?
Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, all right, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I did give the place a once over, but 'twas nothing to write home about.
Except for firecrackers? Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Well, all right then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing.
You're telling us that you did move that board?
I think that it did slip out, didn't it?
What? You daft bomb
Barm
Barn pot, never
I
heard that.
don't believe it. The girl doesn't think.
So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps? To sell?
Oh, please. I should be so lucky.
The truth now!
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this can't be worth... Ah!
That's maybe someone else? Oh!
Hina!
Oh!
So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it!
Gina?
Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch. That watch there. I was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago. The professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his scrub to come to the pub.
I see.
I swiped it off him once and blimey was he upset. Gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in his last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Possibly not the best thing to go diving for then.
It's not all that, though. I took it to Jabez that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it, said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, so he called it. Oh, I knew I should have lifted it.
Oh my god.
That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh, please. Just as long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your gubby mitts on it again.
That's enough! Hand the watch over to the bailiff forthwith.
Now, children. Watch your manners.
Good Lord! The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot.
It doesn't tick anymore either.
Just like the inspector.
Ah!
Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped on the hour of 5.
Is it Jabez or is it Jabez?
I don't know.
Jabez. Jabez. Jabez.
Exactly when the gunshot was heard then.
Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case.
Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Or Yabez. Yeah, it could be Yabez. Jabez. Yabez.
Chat, tell us the right way. Lead us.
Do you want to look at that watch?
Oh, sure.
I have a theory about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the theory?
I want to look at it first.
I think it never ticked.
There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole here. Look.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on the top for setting the time.
In that case, seeing as how we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe.
What about the bottom?
There's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see?
Oh, yes. That's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
It looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes. You need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's around the right size to fit in this hole.
It'd be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we've already found.
The glass over the face is really badly cracked. Look!
What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo, not an odd job man. Not odd job from 007.
Give the head a little twist.
The helmet,
I'm not convinced about the charm part. It's funny you have to do this again. Mr. Sato, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch?
Yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
Yeah. I knew it. A perfect fit.
And look, the inspector's watch has started going again.
Ah. So it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Mr. Sato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply too. The time of death is all wrong.
Oh, because the time
Of death.
of death.
But you did go see what had happened in that room, didn't you?
Fresh or sweet is my whole world is all I know, and I know all of it. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my side up high.
So you did go to see what had happened?
It's not the destination that's important. It's how you get there, isn't it?
Did you notice the notice board in the room?
If you think about it, we're both the same species, aren't we? Both different members of the Side family. So if I'd spotted it, I might have tried to trip it up and out of the sense of rivalry, I admit.
Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens, not Homo siniens.
Does that mean you didn't notice the notice board?
I can only repeat what I said before.
No, you can actually do other things.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at a crossroads of life.
In which case, just who was responsible for moving the notice board?
Bye, Pit.
Hold it! What exactly do you mean by that?
Oh, come on now. Don't tell us you don't noticed. It looks like he hates everything in this world, that fella. But not notice boards. They're the one things he likes. You can see it in his eyes.
I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free, though.
I never took my eyes off that man on the floor. Nor off the Reaper. Not for a second.
One real chameleon.
Sorry?
Well, I was that scared. I never know what a fiend like that might do if I look away. Did you?
If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board.
That I can. The Reaper did nothing of the sort. I could swear to that. I couldn't have missed it. If he'd heaved that thing upright again and dragged it into the corner.
Right. Glad we cleared that up.
What happened to the face that screams bored?
I feel your pain, Kazuma. I feel your pain.
I can see it changes anything anyway. Detective Seal when died hear gunshot.
Hold it!
It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it?
Maybe the notice board fell over, or maybe it didn't. But maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way because of the gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too.
My fate?
That's right. The defense is fated to lose, and the prosecution to win.
What a grand order.
In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story.
It may be possible to change all our fates.
Of course. None of that changed the fact that I heard what I heard, does it?
But okay,
Okay.
we have to assume that maybe the notice board would make a noise when it fell over,
Ooh, bang.
like a bang,
Like a bang.
to alert us all to the behind us,
Ooh, where the dead body was?
where the dead body was.
Not much to go on.
As you've pointed out, Mr. Naruhodo, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it.
But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma's right, and it's not relevant to the case.
But it seems to have been deliberately positioned as to, so as to
Hide the body from view.
hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I've no doubt that there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track. I can feel it. Follow your instincts.
All right then.
Close your eyes and leave.
Oh! Oh!
Oh. Oh?
Objection! Nice. Okay. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case because as this clock clearly shows, it's time for the stream to be end.
Yeah, Hazukashi.
I was like, how are we going to get through this one? You just knew what to do.
Oh yeah.
You just knew. My gosh.
Oops.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. I think I got
Yeah.
some stuff to put up on the board.
Stuff to put up on the board. Stuff to put up on the board.
Yeah, it's always hard if I don't like send it because then you
don't remember.
don't remember. I'm like, oh my god, I knew the answer. Now where is it?
Yeah, you have to spend the time being like, no, what was I gonna do? What was I gonna do again?
My favorite witnesses in the entire game.
Hey, movies.
They're pretty
What?
good.
Better than the Skulkins? Oh, I guess they were last game.
They were last
technically.
game. Skulkins.
Skulkins.
I hope we see them again, and I hope that they've turned their lives around in the 6 months that
I
we've been.
hope so. Professional goodies we are.
Professional goodies.
In universe, how does the judge know if the cross-examination is done? Gameplay-wise, it's story progression, but we never hear Ryu say he's done.
You know it's done when the truth is revealed.
Oh, wow.
What?
John!
Or when the band stops playing music, I imagine. That's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
Because God knows they hear this music in universe.
Yeah. I kind of wish that life had a
A soundtrack?
Because when you're walking alone, if the music gets scary, you know that you gotta run until it's not scary anymore. Unless it continues to be scary.
Unless, what if it stops when you stop moving, though?
Oh. Like it just stops, or does it do like the?
I guess it depends on the situation.
True.
But yeah, we got more. Speaking of stopping and not being eaten by zombies. We're playing Resident Evil 2 after this. So I hope to see you there.
It could be the last episode, maybe.
It could. After which we'll be playing The Witch's House. And if we have time, at the end of October, we'll do the second story of Resident Evil 2. If we have time.
Second story.
But I do want to check out some other stuff too, so.
Yeah.
Bam.
Who would you have score your life? The guy who scored up.
That's good.
Because he scored a lot of things, apparently, and he does a very good job. And so I want him to score my life.
Are you saying you want to make up yours?
Michael Bolton.
I don't know.
Michael Bolton?
Yes.
Oh my God, what did he sing?
He did The Jungle Book.
Oh.
It's certainly that.
The live action one, or?
No.
Oh, the Disney cartoon one?
Disney cartoon.
Oh.
But what's
So
the song that's not from a Disney cartoon that he's done?
Irrelevant.
It's something
really.
beyond the bare necessities, that's it.
Irrelevant, yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you for Resident Evil 2. Okay.
Cookie, goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, bye, love you, bye! Bye. Oh, when a man loves a woman.